So we get to number 5 the other day. It's 450 into the wind, par 5. He's like, no, par 4. I was like, oh, okay. Well, where can we miss it? He said, well, it's out of bounds right and it's hazard left. And if you hit it in the hazard left, you're going to have to drop behind trees. So it's basically a 2-stroke penalty. I said, okay, so hit it right down the middle. Gotcha. But we were joking about it after the hole. I made triple. I hit it out of bounds right, and then I re-teed, and I had a really tough 200-yard cut 4-iron around a tree in for my 5th shot and ended up making triple bogey or whatever. But I told you, I said, I want to put that down as like a mental mistake because I made double bogey. But the fact of the matter is, it's a hard shot. Some hard shots, you miss them and you'll make bogey. Some hard shots, you miss them and you'll make triple. I couldn't hit 2-iron to play it safe because I couldn't carry it to the fairway 230 into the wind with a 2-iron. What do? You have to try to hit a great golf shot just to not make double bogey there. But sometimes that's how it is. And
Yeah,
I don't know how to keep from hitting the ball out of bounds. All I tried to do was, okay, I hit a bad shot, but I can't. There's nothing I could have done differently. Let's not let it ruin the rest of the round. Play as well as I can.
So if you've ever looked into Decade, Scott Fawcett has like this decision tree map of when to hit driver, when to not, because he's primarily hit driver whenever and wherever possible, right? It's kind of his thing. Because the closer you are to the hole,
I like him.
The easier the second shot is to get it close to the hole statistically, whether it's in the rough or the fairway. Like I think it's 20 or 30 yards you'd have to be farther back in the rough before it counts as a stroke, or 30 yards farther back in the fairway versus the rough before it is statistically a wash, something like that. Any far closer than that, you're technically gaining. But he has this thing where it's like, do you have at least 75 yards between hazards? If so, it's a driver pretty much every single time. And then he goes through this decision tree, and it's like, if you don't have this, then this. And if you still don't have this, then this. He goes, well, then where in the world are you playing? What kind of goofy golf course are you playing? And a lot of times it does feel like there's some holes where I've done the analysis on them at some of these courses, these neighborhood courses, right, where there's out of bounds everywhere because of houses, where you look at it and you're like, this is one of those holes where he would be like, where the hell are you playing? This is stupid, right? Because golf course architecture is typically designed with at least 75 yards between hazards. So you should be able to hit a shot, some kind of shot in between those 75 yards. Yeah, that one is so tough because, there's out of bounds right. And then the hazard on the left, the whole fairway kind of slopes down to the left. And then if you do have to take a drop in the hazard, you're on an upslope with trees in your backswing, trying to hit up a hill that you can't even see the target. Yeah, it's just a really hard hole. Yeah, sometimes there's just holes like that. There's just nothing you do,
We like to measure ourselves against the pros, and I'm not trying to take away from them. They do. They're really good. I'm not trying to take that away. But they've got spotters and they've got spectators and they don't lose balls in the middle of the rough. They don't have nearly as much out of bounds to contend with as we do because they, by design, to fit 30,000, 40,000 people into a venue, you need to have a lot of open space for them to stand in, which takes away from the out of bounds parts. So professionals aren't playing the same types of courses that we are. So when we hold ourselves to that same standard, you're playing a little bit different game.